We now turn to the letters of Paul. 1 Thessalonians is very possibly the first of all New Testament documents to have been written. Paul wrote this letter from Corinth shortly after being forced to leave Thessalonica. So with this letter, we get to consider what it might have been like for the earliest believers. Their grandparents or parents had never heard of Jesus. They lived in a pagan metropolis. They had no New Testament. At this stage, all early believers in Jesus were connected at the hip with current-day Judaism, and that's how they heard the Scriptures. This connection was both a blessing and a curse for both. 1 Thessalonians is a model of simplicity and personal expression by someone who appears to be deeply concerned for the well-being of the faith and faithfulness of his readers. Paul's appeals are as personal as they are outreaching. His gentleness is as warm toward believers as his outrage is chilling and offensive against his enemies. Both letters are short but powerful. To call them letters of encouragement is an understatement. Both Paul and his readers were dealing with struggle, opposition, and hardship. Especially 1 Thessalonians shows how to survive and thrive despite adversity. It is all about hope in Jesus Christ. The focus is on constant, unrelenting prayer, on moral and ethical behavior, and ultimately on the return of Jesus as a final vindication. Some of the Thessalonians had misunderstandings about his return, so Paul tried to correct that. But the real emphasis on the letters is not some kind of encyclopedia article on everything one wants to know about the return of Jesus. That's the way many people today interpret this letter. It's about how to handle hardship, stress, and opposition without wavering day to day. It is about unrelenting faith in the midst of sometimes unbearable hardship. It is all possible because of the hope of the return of Jesus. At the heart of the letter, Paul says who Christians really are. You are a Christ being, having the nature of Christ. You are a being of election, an integral part of the Christ community. The very fact of election is a call to action. You are a being in communion with God. If there is anything we learn from these letters, it is that both the Scriptures and prayer are the air he breathes. You are a being of purpose and mission. So let your decisions be moral and ethical. Act out of justice and mercy. Be concerned for your fellow human beings. Live a life that calls to others. Finally, you are a being of ethics and morals. You're no longer just a human being. Because of what God has done in Christ, our very being has been changed. So, says Paul, act like it.